I named the show today, um, like you won't believe this unbelievable belief or whatever, and started it with the word "you" because I have noticed that not only does Russell Brand always make this "you were out to get you." Basically, that's that. In short, that's what all of his thumbnails are, and it makes him, in many ways, it allows him to avoid a lot of the algorithmical problems that some of the more Trump supporting and Russia supporting groups might run up against as far as advertising dollars, because it's relatively generic, and yet it appeals to the paranoia and lack of awareness of his regular followers. I thought that was particularly fascinating, so that's what the title is based on in that regard. Because I saw a number of videos in the last 48 hours that I didn't get to do because we were laughing so much at Mike Lindell yesterday, that basically all of his videos now are just like it's paranoia incorporated. I mean, we've known he's been a fear farmer for a while, but this is next level. I'm not going to do one of those videos today because, quite frankly, it's the same shit over and over again. The only thing I will say, and let me see if I can pull it up right now, is that at some point he was doing, and I'll look in my library because I was watching this earlier, and I was even hilariously shocked at the title of this nonsense. Um, but he had seen, yeah, this. Let's see if I can bring this up. Um, Command plus, and then I'll bring this up. This was. Let me show you this right now. The video that came up earlier that was Trump versus Elon Musk. And I started watching it because I was like, what? See, so it would be unfair to do a breakdown of it in some ways. But the hilarity of watching him try to defend both these jackholes at the same time was brilliant. It was, it was, it was kind of like, how can I put this as crassly as possible? As any adult who has internet, whether on purpose or on accident, has obviously at some point stumbled upon something that vaguely resembles, let me just say, what Trump looks like he's doing when he's dancing, toofering, as it were. Um, um, that that's it's always an awkward endeavor. Someone is always being left out, and you can see there's a certain amount of social awkwardness in the person engaging in the primary activity towards both of these individuals. That is where they're trying to make sure they give enough attention to one where they don't lose interest, and yet not favoring not losing both interests at the same time. So it's a lot of it's the plate spinning of porn. And the irony is though in this situation, it's a little bit like he's doing that to two men where one of them is permanently flaccid and nothing is happening, and the other one, flaccid or not, has taken some sort of chemical that makes him ejaculate nonstop. So it was embarrassingly wanton during where he's just trying to like, I like them both, but I'm supposed to pretend to hate them both because they're both billionaires and all I do is shit on them. But at the same time, they're authoritarian pricks, and that's who my audience likes. It was lovely. Kayla, I'm sorry I'm cutting into your swim. You can always watch this again later. It's really, honest to God, Kayla, and members of the chat who I'm screwing with your schedule. It's really the chat that's messing with you because it isn't me because you could watch me later. It's the sharing and caring that goes on in the chat room. It's my fault for building such a good community, and the sparklers are incredible. I'm just saying that's the draw. All right, at this point, especially, yes, chat is life. That's right, cheap pants. So, um, anyways, I like. There's no reason. I might do this at a later date because it's kind of evergreen nonsense. But both of these, like him defending both of them, is next level pandering to his viewers because he doesn't know which side he should be on. So he's congratulating Trump for being, blathering in his descriptions, and yet at the same time trying to forgive, Elon Musk and nitpicking some. I mean, I know I nitpick on some of the descriptives on the news when it's an attack on somebody or it's ridiculous from the start, and therefore, because sort of shots fired, I feel it's within my right to be able to break down everything you're saying. But this is just petty nonsense. Let me give you a little taste, just because what, so you guys know what the hell.
And they make wild assumptions, like he's in a laughing mood.
Right.
White things in his mouth. And what are
this is, hold on.
We need to know. I'm so glad that these mainstream media outlets are there to make absolutely clear to us the reality, the complex reality behind the news. He is a man. He is a rich man. And what are those white things in his mouth?
Right. So the idea is that at this point they're talking about, he's got these descriptions up of, watch this breakdown. This is as response videos go, this is the most jerkweed petty I have ever witnessed. Watch this.
That only the mainstream media can give us.
Elon Musk is a man.
Good.
Who, obviously that's the beginning of the sentence. And again, look at the cut on this. That's the cut. I know some people get on me for my sharp cuts, but look at this.
Only the mainstream media can give us.
Elon Musk is a man.
Good. Now I understand. What is Elon Musk? He's so complex. Is he an errant child? Is he a wanderer? Is he a minstrel working in binary code?
Elon Musk is a man.
Oh, thank God we came to you.
Did it twice. I mean, obviously Chuck Todd blocked me a long time ago, but I'm fairly certain that was the beginning of a descriptive. Is a man who blah, blah, blah. Most people see as, in essence, they describe him as that's the whole breakdown in theory, but that's where he's cutting in. I mean, the amount of just douchebaggery in this, beg your pardon, hold on one second while I move this around. I need to, where is it? Because the vids video, here you go, there you go. For some reason, it's being extra, iffy with the timing on this thing. So hold on.
You've cleared that up. Can we get even more detail?
Elon Musk, the world.
By the way, can we get even more detail? Does he go back to the clip of Chuck Todd and finish the thought? No, because if he did, he'd look like an asshole for interrupting it right there. He goes to a whole other video.
Richest man.
He's a rich man.
Who, that's a primary descriptor, but then they're going on to describe, it isn't the essence of the story. It's just teeing up who he is. And also, I mean, is anybody else bugged by the fact that Russell Brand does nothing but read the Jacobin and Mint Press and shit on rich people and the fucking Illuminati and blah, blah, blah that are running behind the scenes. And you were right. The whole, they run the world and you've got no say. That bullshit that he always does. And then he's going to throw himself on Elon Musk's lap.
That's all we need to know. I'm so glad that...
And again, that's all we need to know. She's not even finished the fucking thought.
These mainstream media outlets are there to make absolutely clear to us the reality, the complex reality behind the news.
This was, I'm dead serious. This was one of the most lazy things I've ever seen. Now, period. By the way, he reads from Trump's Truth Social. But I want you to look at this, and I don't know why he changes shirts in the middle of this. Nobody knows. Somebody can tell me? Okay. So he starts off with this shirt, and then they cut, and they went back because it sucked or something, and he just... Continuity, who's that? I mean, he's jacking these clips up, so who gives a fuck, I guess. But watch how he defends Trump. This is kind of amazing. Trump is, and we didn't do this rally because it was just lazy horseshit. It was this. It's the same stuff. This is one of he's one of the. This is from the clip of him calling Elon Musk a bullshit artist and starting this whole thing, which, by the way, cascaded into Rogan calling him a baby man or a toddler, or I think it was his guest. It was Tom Segura or whoever it was calling Trump a fucking toddler. All that stuff. This is the role. This is what's happened to Trump. Is that the rats have been slowly leaving the sinking ship, and now the big ones are jumping to somebody else. So they're trying. They know they have to tee up supporting DeSantis early because he's got a lot of patchwork to do. What was that about? Anyways, okay. So here's the video.
Particularly in this instance.
Watch him. This is amazing. Watch him protect Trump from himself. Trump is obviously a sweaty, boring asshole. We've watched these whole rallies before. I can't.
That Trump is criticizing Musk. Let's have a look.
I tell you what, Elon.
Trump's very good at repeating a word, isn't he?
Very good at repeating a word. Most people would refer to that as being a repetitive asshole. Also, most people who allegedly believe what Russell says he believes would contribute that repetition, the linguistics of repetition, to a Goebbels kind of repeat the propaganda over and over.
China.
Is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before?
Me?
From me.
No, he didn't. I don't know where the fuck that comes from.
From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them.
He's proud of every aspect of his reality, isn't he? A lot of fake accounts. A lot of them.
A lot of them.
Again, an impersonation without a criticism. Sincerest form of flattery.
There's nothing about him that he doesn't sort of attach pride and ego to.
Nah,
it's like he's cuddly. It's adorable. It's like Russell's entire career as an online broadcaster is that moment that Jimmy Fallon scrubbed Trump's hair to make him seem approachable, and that was enough. Like if all of his entire online existence existed in just that single moment of Jimmy Fallon touching Trump's hair, see, he's a person just like you and me, except he's a fake billionaire who has got a bunch of credible sexual assaults accusations against him and fucked the country, but. It's adorable. The way he's great at repeating words.
Himself a mess. He said the other day, "Oh, I've never voted for a Republican." I said, "I didn't know that." He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be buying it. Well,
that's funny because I'm not buying it. That's hilarious.
Well, he might later. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? He's got a pretty...
Again, this is yet another example of when we watch these Trump things, it's like he says something definitive and then immediately goes, I don't know, who could say? It's just maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's leadership. You think Russell's going to come back going, Trump's great at saying something's going to happen and then it's not going to happen and then making you feel like it'd be good whether it happens or not. Jesus Christ.
Rotten contract. I looked at his contract. Not a good contract.
Even criticizing someone's going, not a good contract.
Not a good contract.
Here's what Donald Trump thinks.
Again, first of all, Trump didn't read his fucking contract. He doesn't know what's in the goddamn contract. He's heard news people talk about how the contract has $1 billion, clause to get out. Well, that's how every merger contract of that size would happen. That's not. You don't get to have a contract like that without wait a minute, you're going to try and buy our company for $44 billion at a certain stock price, and you're going to set that as your stock price for what you're going to buy, and it's not just a pump and dump scheme, where you could make $1 billion. I'll tell you what, we're going to put $1 billion get out of jail card kind of clause in this thing so that you don't use us as another pump and dump scheme, which is exactly what Elon Musk does all the time.
When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects.
Also, if you'll notice, Russell reads with the exact same level of credulity Trump's Truth Social posts and the Jacobin and Mint Press and whatever, all these like hyper left papers or whatever, like they are on the same moral, intellectual, and purposeful plane.
It's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere. Trump there demonstrating his ability to come up with really good disses.
Really good disses. He sounds like a lame sour grapes asshole. What do you mean really good disses? Who the hell lines up to kiss Trump's ass like this anymore? There are Republicans that wouldn't be caught on camera saying this shit.
Beautiful way of describing Elon Musk's.
Who is he talking to? He's talking to my, I'll tell you who he's talking to. He's talking to my Venmo. That's who he's talking to. I think I wouldn't take it as a sign, but you could.
Lifelong projects, cars that don't work, driverless cars that crash, rocket ships to nowhere. Without subsidies, he'd be...
Yes, he's a petty fuck. We know. He castigates the accomplishments of others that he would be totally incapable of doing himself because he's a jealous, he's an envious asshole. It's a character flaw, not something to be applauded.
Worthless, telling me how he's a big Trump fan and Republican. I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. Amazing.
Amazing. Isn't that great? I mean, again, can you imagine being somebody on one of those like hyper left papers that he reads and going, yeah, remember that guy who was touting our article last week? Yeah, he's touting Trump's Truth Social posts with more exuberance. He's more supportive of what Trump is saying.
Amazing that anyone can communicate that confidently about another billionaire.
Wait a minute. First of all, no, not another billionaire, an actual billionaire. Trump is not a billionaire. He is not. He's not. He's not even at this point responsible for over $1 billion worth of fucking property. So the idea that he has $1 billion is goofy. Now, Jared's a billionaire, and Trump might think that he has dibs on a portion of the billions that Ivanka and Jared are eyeing because it's his daughter and she owes him. Oh, check my Cash App? Okay. Thank you. Oops, hold on. Coretta, thank you so much.
In this instance, the world's richest man, and
the world's fakest rich man.
Fact, in so many respects, Trump's heir, certainly as...
Whoa. Sorry, Elon Musk is Trump's heir? Sorry, I got news for you, Russell. Elon Musk has actually built something in the last decade. And by the way, the wall doesn't count. I will say, though, one thing that they do have in common is that they only exist because of tax breaks and government subsidies at this point.
The patriarch king of Twitter.
The patriarch king of Twitter. What? So, yeah, Elon Musk says something on Twitter, and it's just like when Trump did, it like owns. He pwns the world on...
This is the story that we're talking about. Elon Musk...
This is a story it's all related to.
Could be forced by a US court to complete his $44 billion takeover of Twitter, according to legal...
Yes, they're both shitty businessmen with no ethics. I get it.
Experts, despite pulling the plug on the transaction. The Tesla chief executive told Twitter on Friday that he's terminating the deal, citing concerns over the number of spam accounts on the social media platform. On Sunday night, Bloomberg reported that Twitter had assembled a legal team to sue Musk. First, Musk wanted Twitter, and Twitter didn't want Musk to have it.
I done it, and don't want to work. And now they want it, and they don't want it. I mean, why are they picking on the richest man in the world? What's wrong with you, Twitter?
Musk don't want Twitter.
No, I don't. Fucking this. When he goes into Ali G mode, I just fucking can't anymore. Anyways, normally I don't do drop-ins on videos like that, but I'd already watched it, so whatever. If you want to go watch it, it's all like that. You don't have to take my word for it. Go look up the video. It's called look at the title of this fucking... Hold on. Look, you want to see what the title is? This is a video about a petty online dust-up, apparently, between Trump and Musk, where Musk doesn't give a shit and Trump is just pissing in the wind. What just happened? 500,000 views. 500,000 fucking views. Hashtag Trump, hashtag Elon Musk, hashtag Twitter. Jeez, for what? 500,000 people watch this dickhead like blow smoke up Trump's ass and defend the richest man in the world against a business merger and acquisitions contract dispute he got in over a company he was going to purchase outright using leveraged Tesla stock for $44 billion. Boo fuckity who? I mean, I got to give him some credit. Certainly it's relatable. Who among us hasn't, I mean, on a smaller scale, you know, when you're eating at Olive Garden and you try to make a hostage, like a hostile takeover of the breadsticks, and your friend, counters your offer on the breadsticks, and then at one point you take more than your fair share of breadsticks, and they just shove the whole basket. You can go, fuck it, just eat all the breadsticks then if you want to. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. We can all, I mean, I feel like I'm Elon Musk every time I'm eating breadsticks now. What the fuck? And where the, is he just, I mean, he's just fucking off the whole working class, like the hippie Alex Jones bullshit at this point, and just trying to gargle the nuts of both of these dudes.